In this video, we're going to look at how to correctly mark support and resistance levels, and most importantly, how to make money from them. This is a very simple tool that any beginner can use. I believe that everyone should have this tool in their arsenal. So, if you want to understand what levels are, how to work with them, and, accordingly, how to make money from them, then watch this video carefully, because levels are truly the most basic tool. Let's get started. First of all, let's figure out how to actually draw a level. For that, let's go over to TradingView and take a look at what a level is. So, for example, we have a price. Here it moves in a certain way and, accordingly, at the same price level it keeps reacting. So, we can understand that what we're looking at is a price level. There are different types. Sometimes we have breakouts. But the most important thing is that the logic behind a level is always the same. So, for example, we have this kind of movement. We can even make it just a neutral color. Look, how do you actually mark a level? So, when you see this kind of situation in the market, you need to figure out where the price kept sliding and reacting to the same price value. On TradingView, we have this slider. On Pocket Option 2, if you follow the cursor, you can see the slider here as well. Next, the level. How do we mark it? We draw a horizontal line and use it to mark the exact zone where we had the most touches. So, down here we have a support zone. We can see that the price really touched it many times. Accordingly, above we have exactly the same kind of zone. That will be the resistance zone. But above, I also marked another level, so that's also correct. So, what do we have? We have several on the chart. We have two resistance levels. One is more global, which we're not considering right now. And the second one is more local. So look, this is the resistance zone above. Below, we have the support zone. So if the price comes here, we get support from this area. And the price always goes higher from here. So a level is formed after two touches. In other words, for a level to form, there have to be two touches. To confirm the strength of a level, we need a third touch. So, what we have is that the first two touches form the level, and the third one confirms it. After that, we can work with bounces from all these touches, meaning the fourth, fifth, and so on. Of course, sometimes a breakout can happen, but happens too, but overall, the level will work as long as we have touches from both sides. So, after that, we can trade on the bounce. The same thing applies to the resistance above. We have the first touch, the second touch, and the third one confirms it. After that, we can work with it. If there was a breakout, which can happen, we look at the next touch. From above, it's the same. We see that the price touched 3 times. The first two always form the level, and the third one confirms it. So, these are our confirmations. Once again, 2 touches make a level, and the third touch is the confirmation that we can trade on the bounce from this level. Below, we have the support zone, which supports the price so it doesn't fall lower. And above, we have resistance, meaning market players don't let the price go higher. So, that's our resistance. Now that we've covered this, let's move on to practice. But before that, I want to remind you that in our Telegram channel, you'll find even more strategies like explanations of levels, strategies with ready-made indicators, and all you have to do is just apply them. If you want more strategies, then subscribe to our Telegram channel. Also, on this YouTube channel, you'll find even more ready-to-use tools. Some are more complex and require you to figure them out yourself, but there are also ready-made ones where you can just copy our trades and signals. So, I'll leave a link to our Telegram channel in the description. Be sure to subscribe and grab even more trading tools. Now, in practice, things are a bit different. We have external levels and we also have internal ones. And for the most part, the price will trade from the internal levels, since it only rarely reaches the external ones. So, our work will mainly be within the level, and there we need to determine where the price came from and whether the current level is strong or not. So, for example, right now the price on this currency pair has actually moved beyond our levels, so here I won't open any trade. I need to find something else. And actually, from here we can open a sell trade. Look, we have this kind of level here. There's a level here. We also have levels higher up, somewhere around here. And accordingly, as I mentioned, the external levels that we currently have are at the very bottom. If we look specifically at the level I marked in the middle, this one right here, we've had a lot of touches there, specifically bounces. So all the candles that bounced off this level actually make it stronger. So from this level, our priority will be to trade the bounce. In other words, if the price comes up from below, we open a trade. For a sell, if the price comes from above, we open a buy trade. So here, I saw that the price approached this level very impulsively, which means I should be ready to open a sell trade. With external levels, everything is clear. For example, if the price comes to the upper level, we only open a sell trade. If the price comes to the lower level, we only open a buy trade. But how do we work with internal levels, since there will really be a lot of them? It's all very simple. If you see that the price is making an impulse move toward this level, you enter in the opposite direction. Accordingly, you understand that the price is going to bounce. If the price has been hovering at the same value for a long time, then you skip this trade. In other words, our entry point didn't work out right away. We either get an impulsive breakout, a bounce, or the worst case scenario for us is when the price just starts to hover at this level. In that case, we don't open any trade. Let's look at another example. Here we have an internal level on the euro to Australian dollar, and below there's also an external level. The price touches the internal level, so what do we see? Here we have an upward segment, just like this one, where the price makes a correction, comes down to this important level, and from here, at this point, I can open a buy trade. Let's watch this trade. In theory, it should give a really strong impulse. As you can see, at one point the price broke through. That's normal, it can happen. The most important thing is that our logic is working. So, the price comes to the level. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we have resistance and support levels. Right now, our level is acting as support, kind of like a trampoline. It held the price and gave it an upward push. So, the price can come back here again, bounce off like a trampoline, and go higher. On the upper side, it'll be the same thing. That is, the level. Remember, two touches mean we have a level forming. So, for example, this level is now formed, but it hasn't been tested yet. Only if we, for instance, project our line like this and then look to the left to see if there were any reactions at this exact level. And we see that, historically, there really were touches. So, we can safely work from this level. That is, it's already confirmed. Again, this is also a convenient method. You mark the level and then look back in the history to see if there were any bounces or not, and you find a lot of confirmations. If you can't easily scroll the chart and check for confirmations like this, then wait for the third touch. We mark the level here in the drawing tools, so you mark a horizontal level and then work with it. Just a reminder, even more strategies are waiting for you in our Telegram channel. All you need to do is just follow the link in the description, subscribe to our Telegram channel, and grab ready-made strategies and indicators from there. Also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to our support team. So feel free to message us about anything. We have a lot of tools, and we can also teach you how to trade quickly. In short, all the links are in the description. If you have any questions, just message us, and I'll see you in the next video.